Okay. I am not properly screen recording. Restart. Here we go. I've been wanting to do this for so long. You have no idea. I I feel like I've vaguely teased my opinions on the topic of this because they're not popular. They're not popular. I think before we get started, I'm going to explain how I feel currently and then see if anything changes over the course of this journey of revisiting this a year later. Um, I've been avoiding listening to any of these songs unless they come on the radio, like that comes on a lot. Not like us, obviously. I've been avoiding listening to them on my own for maybe 6 months, a long time, a very long time, because I knew I wanted to revisit this here at some point, and I want as fresh. I wanted my ears to be as fresh as possible. Um, I want things to hit me like they're new, and I want to be as unbiased as possible. Even though I was the first time, and people still think I'm the most biased person in the world. Let's go all the way back for a good chunk of my life. So let's say the 10 years that they dominated, right? The 2010s. My opinions on Kendrick versus Drake. I hated Drake. I don't hate Drake now, but I do not like Drake. I'm not a Drake fan as far as like his music goes for the most part. I mean, I there are songs that I like. There are a lot of songs I like from Drake, but like I'm not. If there's a Drake concert, I'm like, I don't care. Kendrick, one of my favorite rappers of all time. I think he's extremely talented, especially. But part of the reason why I'm not a big Drake fan is because the ghostwriting thing. Once that came out, I wasn't like a huge fan before that, but like once that came out, I was way off him. Stopped listening to him for a good amount of time. Lost a lot of respect to me. Um, not a fan. Kendrick, one of I think I think he can be overhyped. I think his fans overrate him. I think all of those things, but he's still one of my favorite rappers. I think he's extremely talented. Super dope. I've been following him for years. Way before. That's the funny part when people say, "Oh, you're not a real fan. You're not a fan of Kendrick or a Drake stan." I've been following Kendrick way before 99.9% of people. When he was doo doo, you so you thirsty, like that song, whatever that was. Forgot, cut you off. That's when I found Kendrick. When I was a kid, scrolling on my tablet. I've been a fan for a very long time. So I just want to say those are what my biases are, if there are any, going into the battle. Um, but I've always known Drake to be a credible battle rapper in music. He's always been dope. You can say he lost, you can say whatever. He's always been dope. The Dubby freestyle is an incredible diss record. The bars, the punchlines, the setups, the angles, you can tell that he studies battle rap. If he doesn't just get a battle rapper to write his stuff, because he's dope. He's really dope. Anytime he stepped in that arena. And historically, being a great lyricist does not result in being a great battle rapper. They're two different skill sets. And that's what I was saying about Kendrick the entire time, pretty much for 10 years, because the Control verse, he dissed everybody. Joel Ortiz responded immediately. Joe Budden responded immediately. All these people responded immediately with bars, and he never responded. That irked me a bit. Like, I can be critical of somebody just because they're my favorite rapper, or one of my favorite rappers. He's top two. Royce da 5'9" is number one. Kendrick's number two. They flip flop all the time as far as the 2010s go. And I guess at this point, J. Cole's involved too. And how I feel about J. Cole, I think his discography isn't necessarily like a top 10 discography of all time, but lyrically right now, like where he's been the past few years, you could argue he's a top 10 rapper of all time. Like he's that skilled as far as like a skill set goes. He's been dope. And I've been a big fan of him. He's one of my favorite rappers right now, if not my favorite rapper, because Royce hasn't dropped an album in like 5 years. What's going on? But yeah, so that's where we're at with that. I guess going into it, I'm a fan of J. Cole, not a fan of Drake, um, but I do respect his battle rap abilities. Kendrick, one of my favorite rappers ever. One of my favorite rappers at the time too. I think his fans are pretentious and annoying, but and I'm a fan, so his stands are pretentious and annoying. But also, it's not just the stands. Ironically, it's the people that are also just on the outside, like the pop fans, who listen to what's popular. They aren't necessarily hip hop fans, but they also just have this perception of Kendrick that he is the most lyrical genius, the most diabolical person in the world. Just because that is the perception. So I feel like, so let me give you my opinions on the battle before we revisit everything. I think the battle was extremely close. I think everybody else thought that. And now we're just getting the revisionist history after Not Like Us. Also, you have to set the rules, right? How are we looking at this? Are we looking at this from a battle rap perspective? Because in battle rap, there's 3 rounds. So that's how I was judging it, round by round. Or are we looking at who just gets the last word, the better last word? And if that's the case, then yeah, Kendrick did sweep with Not Like Us, because Not Like Us, people like that over the Heart Part 6. But if we're talking about round by round, Drake was in the lead for like the first half. People forget that. There was a lot of pressure on Kendrick. People just forget that part and act like, even, I forgot who it was, some West Coast dude, a name on the West Coast. He was saying, and he's on Team Kendrick, super biased, but he was saying like, oh, people were saying Kendrick was losing until the Not Like Us record, yada, yada, yada. So if you're admitting people were saying that, then that means Kendrick lost, because for the majority of the battle, Drake was winning until the last record. And then, so it just depends on how you're looking at the battle, how you're judging a battle rap. And for me, with my battle rap brain, from watching a lot of battle rap, I'm judging it round by round. But a lot of people don't watch battle rap, and that's a big frustration of mine, is people who don't watch battle rap judging a rap battle. That bothers me, because you're not looking for punchlines, you're not looking for bars, you're not looking at things the right way. But then you're talking about them as if you know what you're talking about. That annoys me. And then I was off Twitter for this whole thing until I think the night all those things dropped. And I think after that, I was like, I gotta see what everybody's talking about. Or maybe it was even the Heart Part 6. That's when I checked Twitter, and it completely ruined the battle for me. I was off it because I didn't realize how biased and stupid people were being over it. I think people selectively chose what they wanted to pay attention to. Like, they overly critiqued Drake, but they did not overly critique Kendrick. And I guess we'll get to there when we get there. But as far as like Kendrick's angles that were false or just wrong or just the Hail Marys, just whatever, nobody cared. But when Drake did that, it was, oh, you're reaching, da 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 da, the song's trash. Or something's overly disrespectful, like Tailor Made, for example. People said that was too disrespectful because he used AI to use for Tupac. You didn't think it was disrespectful what Kendrick was doing? Like it's, or saying, or you know what I mean? Like, it's like people were just looking for reasons to hate Drake. And mind you, I did not like Drake for the past 10 years prior to that. Now, okay. I didn't like CLB. Not CLB. What's the last one? For All the Dogs. I think For All the Dogs was trash. I think Drake has a lot of good stuff. I just think his albums recently have not been great. I've been critical of Drake. Also on top of the ghostwriting thing. So like, when I'm saying you guys are being unfairly biased, please believe it is, you're being unfairly biased, and unfairly critical. It is battle rap. So there is room to exaggerate. There is room to lie. There's room to do these things. But the way the internet, whatever. The internet ruined it for me is the point I'm making. I think I'm going to set this down before we move forward. And again, my mind is willing to change. If I go through this entire thing and I feel differently, I 100% will change my mind. I do not care. I think punchlines, bars, angles, Drake won. If we're talking about from a strictly battle rap rule set, Drake won. Going into this battle, what I thought was Kendrick Lamar is the greatest performer of all time, any genre, in my opinion. I think he's one of the greatest performers. Like Michael Jackson's probably right above him. I think he's going to perform. He's going to outperform Drake while Drake out raps him, while out battle raps him. Because Drake understands battle rap, I feel, but better than Kendrick. Like the actual art of battle rap. Drake has funded battle rap events. You can look up Drake battle rap. He has literally had his own event. He watches and studies battle rap. He knows battle rappers. Which is ironically funny because a lot of battle rappers were saying Drake performed extremely well and won the battle too, which I saw a lot online. Again, this is a lot of retroactive rewriting of history, fucking retcons going on. After the fact, a lot of people had Drake up, including like reputable people. I need some water. But yeah, and I just, one sec. I'm gonna pause this. But yeah, I think people are just, it's confirmation bias. There's a lot of confirmation bias. People want to believe Kendrick is super lyrical, miracle genius. Nobody can touch him. So when he gets confronted, no matter what happens, people are going to say, this is what happened. This is what it is. He did lyrically perform better than Drake, even though I don't think that happened. I think he performed better, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen before this. I have text messages saying this whole thing. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. I hope I do. But I thought Kendrick was going to outperform him and like can smoke screen and make everybody believe that he rapped better. Because that's the only way he was going to win. He wasn't going to outbar Drake. Drake is a great battle rapper. Again, go back to the Duppy freestyle. Drake never got out-rapped by Pusha T. Pusha T did rap very well, but Drake just didn't get straight up out-rapped. Drake was rapping his butt off in that. But tick, tick, tick. It was hard. It was hard. It was just the content of what Pusha was saying was just so revealing, visceral, violent, aggressive. Like it was just tough, and that's how Pusha won. But also because Pusha was rapping very well too. It wasn't just Pusha wasn't just it wasn't just like drama, you know what I mean? Like he was actually rapping. There are punchlines and bars there too. But yeah. So that's out the way. I'll talk about those things in more detail going forward. Let's get into first person shooter where it all kicked off, I guess. And this was a big surprise. But I don't understand how this caused any drama. And he's 6'3", I thought he was 6'4". And I don't understand. I feel like unless Kendrick, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that also post battle, I think this whole thing was orchestrated because it's weird. It's weird how we have like basically 4 records each, 4 like direct diss records each, solo diss records. One of them on each side, it didn't go to streaming. Like there's just a lot of parallels there that I feel like if it wasn't orchestrated, like Drake would have just kept going or Kendrick would have just kept going. You know what I mean? Like it's weird how balanced it was. And I did hear a lot of rumors that on Joe Budden podcast talked about it. On other podcasts they talked about it, that they did talk beforehand and this was arranged, like this is going to happen, which I think is dope. If that's what happened, that's set up like a normal battle. So yeah, I don't think it was like fake. I just think it was orchestrated. Like I think these guys actually had a conversation. Was like, yeah, you want to battle? All right, 4 each. You know what I mean? Like I think it was probably like that. Okay. I don't want to give my opinions on specific tracks too much. Let's actually dig into it. But first person shooter. Why is this in the middle of the? I thought that was Paul Heyman, bro.
Check my 6. Check my 6. Fuck.
Hey, watch your mouth, brother.
Hello? No. Everything's good here. Everybody's working working hard. Nobody has left their desks all day. I've been keeping an eye on them.
This video is crazy. And this was such a big moment. And I guess Kendrick was supposed to be on it too. Like, that was the rumor. And for some reason he didn't get on it. I don't, and they sneak dissed him, but I don't think anything was a sneak diss. I mean, like, Cole said something about being like the Muhammad Ali, and I guess he took offense to that. I don't know.
A lot of niggas debating my numero. Not the 3, not the 2 on the UNO. Yeah. Numero UNO. Me and Drizzy, this shit like the Super Bowl. Man, this shit done it big as the... Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what?
I'm looking forward to the fall off.
But the difference is it's just 2 guys playing shit that they did in the studio. Niggas usually send their verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women when they start debating about who to go.
So I was worried about Drake's punchlines because the last album, I think this was the, For All the Dogs, punchlines weren't very good on this album. They're very mediocre, terrible, just like a 2-year-old. Like, it was, yeah, video's insane. But yeah, it took me a while to get excited for the fall off again after what's going to happen later. Why is it thumbs upping? But yeah, I think I'm back excited for it just because he raps so well. He's so good.
I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who to go? Who to go? Who to go? Who to go?
I haven't played ping pong in a long time, but I'm pretty good. Is that a real thing? Do they have like professional ping pong where they have obstructions on the table? Because it looks like some type of official table thing, unless they just made that up.
Niggas so thirsty to put me
And
in
beef.
Dissecting my words and start looking too deep.
I think I did make a lyric video for this.
The tweets and start sucking my teeth. I'm letting it rock cause I love the mystique. I still wanna give me a song where I be. Can't trust everything that you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your call ID. I'm naming the album The Fall Off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't
No fall off for me.
Still in this bitch getting bigger. They waiting on the kid to come drop like a father to be. Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K-Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big 3 like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they call when this shit ain't connected no more. Feel like I got a job and I yeah.
So if that is the line Kendrick is tripping about, I think it's a complete overreaction. And I think it is entirely just like, I've just been waiting for the day somebody says my name. It doesn't even have to be a negative thing. I've just been waiting. And now I'm gonna do what I did. Which I'm fine with. I love that. I think it's dope. Like I'm all with the toxic beef stuff. Like I'm 100% there. But going forward, because I know I'm going to forget, I think it's important to remember that somebody got hurt at Drake's house towards the end of this. So that's a big reason he took a step back, which I think is 100% reasonable. And I think people have to be humans about this whole thing because I feel like it's very easy to separate yourself from these artists. But these are humans. These are friends of, you know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to check out of silly stuff like this when something real happens. But yeah, I just know I'm going to forget that later. So I just wanted to mention that. Yeah, but like that's not a diss. Like he's saying, like he if anything, he's dissing Drake too, and they're on the same record. So obviously it's not a serious diss, you know? So I don't think I think it's a bit of an overreaction, but I don't care. I'm 100%. I'm not like mad at Kendrick if that was like the line that was like, I'm going to jump out the window now. Like when he says I'm Muhammad Ali, obviously he says he's meaning he feels like number 1 out of the 3. But I mean, like, who cares? You guys all say that.
Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they call when this shit ain't connected no more. Feel like I got a job in IT. Rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. The Spider-Man
mean, it's me looking at Drake.
It's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got them attending your wake. Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, this shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers were fucking and everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear off my plate.
That might be the line. I forgot about that.
Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, this shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers were fucking and everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear.
Everybody steppers, Mr. Morale, the big steppers. I might take back everything I just said. If I'm Kendrick, I'm feeling some type of way. I don't, but it might just be worth. In hindsight, I think it was just Cole It was just rapping. He was just rapping. I don't think he meant anything by it. But if I'm Kendrick in this moment, you're on a song with Drake. I was supposed to be on this record. If I didn't get on for whatever reason, you're saying that. All right, let's go. All right. Right now, I'm with Kendrick. I'm with him. I'm with him. I want this to be like an accurate play-by-play of how I feel throughout the entire thing. I'm with him. 100%. Yeah, let's go. This flow is crazy.
The
Ukrainian.
Cold's automatic when aiming them with the boy in the status of stadium.
I hope whoever did this video got paid. How many views this got? What was it? 73 million? I would have thought I had more. Yeah, switch that beat. We weren't doing anything else on that after what Cole did.
Make a crime scene. I click the trigger on a stick like a high beam. And I would Benny Will whip when I was 19. She called my number, leave her hanging, she got dry clean. She got an Android, her messages is lime green. I search one name and end up seeing 20 teens. Nadine, Christine, Justine, Kathleen, Charlene,
Pauline,
Claudine. Man, I pack them in this phone
like sardines.
And they send me naked pictures, it's the small things. You niggas still taking pictures on a golf stream. My youngest richer than you rappers and they all stream. I really hate that you been selling them some false dreams. Man, if your pub was up for sale, I buy the whole thing. Will they ever give me flowers? Well, of course not. They don't wanna have that talk cause it's a sore spot. They know the boy the one they got a boycott. I told Jimmy Jam I use a Grammy as a doorstop. Girl, give me some hair because I need it. And if I fuck with you, then after I might eat it.
Him calling the shot here is crazy.
It's gonna be repeated. What the fuck, bro? I'm one away from Michael, nigga.
Beat it.
Nigga, beat it.
That's like, he called it like the Babe Ruth thing. Like, he called the home run, which is dope. That's super dope. That's hard. Because if that was a miss, if he didn't, if this didn't go number one, that would have been a big whiff. But he did, so that was dope. Yeah, super hard. But I didn't know they had a Nokia music video. I'll check that out. But yeah. I mean, I said how I feel about it. I'll leave it alone. I guess we're gonna move on to I wrote it down like that. And for the next one, probably tomorrow. But yeah. Gotta start getting heavy.